Christmas.
Testing my mic, testing. I'm just gonna keep it mellow. I don't talk that much.
Jesus. All right, here it is. Welcome to the Christmas Eve episode of the Mostly Sorry podcast. Yeah, look at it. I'm just festive and also ethnic, and I'm checking off a lot of boxes here, and that's really what the world is about, is how many boxes can you check off, you know? A couple. It don't have to be special boxes. It could be whatever it is you do, you know, just check those boxes, dot those I's, cross those T's, and this is where I always hit a wall. It's like I got like two good riffs up top, and then I just hit a wall. David, how are you?
Nah, keep riffing. No, don't go to me. Keep riffing, man. What boxes did you check off? Mention all the boxes that you've checked off.
You know,
got a producer with you. That's a check.
That's a check. Yeah, I got a.
Do you have a logo for your podcast? Check. Do you have a
Yeah.
theme song for your podcast? Check.
Yeah.
Is it Christmas Eve? Check. Do you have a hat? Check. Come on, Joel. How am I better than this?
Am I drinking coffee? Yes. Am I wearing a sweater that I got as a wrap gift on Nathan For You? Yes.
Oh shit! Check. I like that.
Whenever
Keep
you
going.
when you say Chekhov, I keep thinking of like a name. Like that sounds like a name, like Chekhov. It'd be like what
you're
some
you're
Eastern
checking
European
boxes.
name or
Oh yeah.
you know, something. Yeah. Anyway.
Shout out to Boris Chekhov. That could be look, we're writing scripts now. This could be like a character. His name's Boris Chekhov. He's from
Chekhov's roasting on
Slovenia.
an open fire.
And he just his whole life he has to just check boxes, you know?
Oh my god, that's I mean, it sounds fun if you could have I AirPods in, listen to podcasts while you're checking boxes at a job. I could do that.
Maybe not even at a job. Maybe everywhere he goes, he's like, "All right, I'm in the grocery store. Shit, do they have barcodes? Check. Do they have oranges? Check. Do they have apples? Check."
It is Christmas Eve, as I said. And here I am. I'm having some coffee. Just had some tamales. We were a little late to start this today because I had a bathroom incident. And I think I just been eating a lot of hot sauce lately, and I think it finally caught up to me. So, but whatever. You guys don't even know that I'm late because this is coming out when it's supposed to. So I don't even know why I brought that up. Anyway, I'm in a weird mood. Okay. So we've talked about my hate for Gigi Allen on this show before, and lately I've been.
Bro, actually, wait. Hold it
Okay,
right
okay.
there, because we got to go back to that, because I believe, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that was an episode that didn't make it.
Oh, interesting.
I'm pretty sure that didn't make it, because I remember that was the one thing where I was like, I can't fucking believe that A, I just found out that Joel hates Gigi Allen, and B, we talked about it, and I'm pretty sure it didn't make the podcast. I don't think it's ever been on the podcast.
Well, good. Well, then let it fucking
Joel,
live here. Yeah, I hate
Joel,
him. Yeah,
what the fuck do you think about Gigi Allen?
I can't stand the guy. I don't get it, and this will lead us into
That's
our
crazy.
mental health check-in, because I'm doing okay today. You know what I'm starting. Well, I've said this a million times, is how important sleep is for my mental health, dude. Like that's top 3 things. Like the other night I didn't sleep. It's just like it kills you, and I just get super sad. But anyway, I've had
Dude, it even fucks me up, and I'm not like, mentally ill or whatever the fucking word you want to use.
Like me,
is.
yeah. No, they torture people with that shit. I mean, they keep them awake, for a
they
reason.
do.
It's fucking so it's serious shit, man. And then I remember, I grew up. I knew some people who were into some stuff, and they wouldn't sleep for days, and they would start hearing shit and hallucinating, and it becomes a real weird world to be a part of.
That meth psychosis is insane. Like people that smoke meth and they stay up for like weeks on end, and they catch like a real psychosis. Like there's a whole group of like meth heads out there that think that Donald Trump won the election.
Wait, what? Is this a real thing? Is this like a QAnon? Oh, I didn't know what.
It is a real thing. But I was just trying to say that they're smoking meth. But whatever. There's a bunch of fucking idiots out there.
Stop the steal. Anyway.
But did you? Oh, just wait till January 6th, dude. You'll see, and you'll be crying liberal tears. But anyway,
that's right.
Anyway, who cares about politics?
By the way,
now we can finally get back to not like hating the government altogether. Like that's great.
Yeah.
But you said you slept well and that your don't get off track. We're talking
I
about
slept
the
like 2
mental
nights in
health
a row.
minute.
Oh, dude, the other day, because I didn't sleep all night the other night. I had like maybe 2 hours after recording, and we'll get into that. And I couldn't sleep, and I was just like on my phone, and then I looked at my phone, and it was like 4:55 a.m., and I was like, what the fuck? And then fell asleep, woke up at 7, and then the next day just felt like garbage. So I took my blankets, one of them, put them over my window, and I slept from like 12:30 to 4 because like, and it was kind of nice to black them out. I felt like so I got some sleep, and then for the last 2 nights I've slept really well, so I'm feeling pretty good today.
Nice, but that's also kind of dangerous too, right? If you sleep in the afternoon, because then you'll wake up at like 6 or 7 p.m. and be wide awake like it's noon, and then you stay up again till 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I set an alarm. I was like, I don't want to sleep past
Right.
4. I just need to recoup a little bit because I felt loopy. So
ultimately, it doesn't matter when you get your sleep. You just got to you do have to get your sleep. So it is good to nap in the afternoon if you're having problems sleeping at night.
yeah, I
Just
mean, those
always
people that
keep
work
up on your
graveyard, they just sleep during the day and work graveyard. It's crazy.
Can't be healthy, but maybe some people can handle it. Maybe it works. But,
Not for long, yeah.
At one point in my life, I worked kind of the night shift because I worked at a bar that had no closing time. So we would usually get off around 8 a.m.
Where was
something
that?
like
In
So
Europe?
that was in Berlin. Yeah, that was in
okay,
Berlin.
I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
so crazy. No closing time. Damn.
It's just normal there, It's just normal. Like you're already used to it because there's no closing time on clubs or any bars. So every weekend you go out. If you want to stay out till 8 in the morning, there's plenty of people doing it.
Ugh.
And then there's after hours parties that start at 8 a.m.
I've been to some of those. Well, not that late, but I've been to some non-sanctioned after hours parties in LA before. They're okay. They're always weird. There's a lot of tarp. There are always a lot of tarps around.
in I think the difference is, and I don't know about in LA, but I know in Germany you can buy alcohol. So I guess there's a big difference if you can't buy alcohol.
Yeah, I mean they're serving it out here.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah, it's just not. It's all under the table. But definitely, I would say there's a lot of other substances going on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, you slept pretty good.
Yeah, I slept pretty good.
So you're feeling good.
I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I got to make a run real quick to go get some wrapping paper after this.
I thought you meant right now. I was like, what?
No.
I thought you meant I feel good, but hold on, I got to take a run real quick. I'll be right back.
Hilarious to just run around the block.
I got to go get some wrapping or whatever. I thought you just had I got to go get some wrapping paper real quick. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. No, I got like one more gift that I got to wrap. 2 more gifts actually that I got to wrap. But I like giving people stuff. Like I like getting shit, but my favorite is like, and I've been told by people that I'm pretty like thoughtful with my gifts because I'll remember a thing that a friend said 2 years ago that they wanted or some dumbass shit, and I'll get them that. Like,
is this leading up to you telling me what you got me for Christmas? This is crazy.
Yeah, I picked up that screen from Red Band for you in Burbank.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll drop it off to you. Yeah,
that's a great present, man.
No, this year
I got you nothing. So
yeah, this year was hard to get everybody gifts. I kept my circle really small because the pandemic and such has. I'm not really raking it in. I was I've been lucky enough to have saved money, but so. I think about I get a little bit of anxiety around that. I'm like, who is expecting a gift? Who is not getting one? But I kept my circle.
I just pretty much never give gifts to anybody. So.
That's a good move, I think.
I gave $100 to a random person on Facebook today. That felt good. I don't know what got into me. Well, not. I don't know what got into me. I don't. It's a little bit embarrassing to do that, but I was like, man, fuck it. I'm just gonna.
No, that's cool. I think that's cool.
I just wrote, does anyone want $100? Does anyone need $100? I got $100.
Oh, that's awesome.
Random.
Hell yeah.
And then. But it's like it's not that awesome because
it is because who knows if that person fucking that was the $100 that was gonna decide something real serious for them. You never know, man. I've been in that position where $100 can drastically change how I feel or what I'm about to do.
It just goes to show you should do that then, Joel. You know what I mean? Like we should all do that. Like randomly give someone $100 if you can do it.
Dude,
and
$20. There have been times where $20 would change my
yeah. Like there's a couple dudes on Twitter that do that, and Moshe I'm bad with his name, but Moshe Kasher. Moshe Kasher.
Mm-hmm.
He always gives a turkey. I think he gives lots of turkeys.
Yeah,
away
I
every
think so. Yeah,
Thanksgiving,
yeah.
actually.
That's
I think he'll give a turkey
dope.
to literally anyone that can't afford it, which is anyone that hits him up for a turkey. I don't know. That's and it's like that's inspiring. There's another dude. I wish I could remember his name. He's like one of those kind of like Vice magazine writer dudes, and he's got like books out. I think he works for The Ringer.
Gavin McGinnis. No, I'm just kidding.
It's not him. Not
yeah,
him.
I can't imagine
like
him giving
but,
turkeys
but
out, dude.
It's someone like him, but then not him. You know, someone like kind of the opposite of him. Someone cool.
Yeah.
And anyway, the guy writes on Twitter like, "I'm giving away money. Drop your Venmo in there." And then he also writes, "Or if you want, pick someone out from the replies and Venmo them money.
Oh, that's
if you
cool.
want to give. If you want to get, drop your Venmo."
Oh, that's
your
like
Cash
then he's
App.
creating a whole community of giving. That's pretty nice.
That's right. And one time I gave to this woman, and he said like, tell us what it's for. No, she was like, I'm a mom of 3, a single mom of 3, could use the money, so I dropped her like $100. Like
nice.
And I don't know, man. It just feels good. It's just kind of like, to me, that just feels good.
Of course, yeah. There are some people who it doesn't because they're, I don't know. I've noticed that the people with the least amount of money are usually the most giving. Like they tip well, like all of that, and it's like, damn, it's because they know what that shit is like. And then other people, you always hear stories from like waiters and stuff of like really rich people coming in and just like tipping dog shit, and it's fucking, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. But speaking of positivity, I was watching this Gigi Allen stuff lately. I was just like, I went down a rabbit hole. It's weird because even watching that stuff bums me out. Like, it puts me in a fucked up mood. Like,
what are you watching? Just like live performances?
Just YouTube clips and him fucking talking. And I'm like waiting for somebody to just beat the shit out of him. Like, I wish, because dude, here's what I don't get. Like, he'll start fights with people and shit, and it's like, dude, he's like, I wish there was like a UFC guy in the crowd who, because he's not
the camera, Joel.
Dude,
into the camera,
dude. He has zero fighting. He's not a good fighter.
Invite the UFC
dude.
guy. Invite the UFC guy to piss on his grave or something.
Yeah, he's dead. I wish this is how much I get angry at him. I would love to just dig him up and watch somebody just kick his body into oblivion, dude.
I'll tell you what, Joel. If we get 200 Patreon subscribers, we'll dig up his grave on a video.
Yeah, I want to beat him into a pulp. We'll
take him to Austin, Texas. And get him on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, we'll have Conor McGregor just punch his face into nothing. I just don't get it, man. It's like. There was, I mean, god damn it. I just don't get it. He's not good at fighting. I'm surprised it was like New York when it was like still pretty hardcore. I'm surprised no one would just like fucked him up, dude. And I'm not advocating.
But I think he did get fucked up at times.
Yeah. I would love to see it.
I think he did.
Yeah, I've seen people get some good shots. I mean, there's a yeah, anyway, I just don't like it. I don't like the negativity.
But what about his music?
I can't see past the person at this. This is one thing where I cannot separate the art from the man. Like, okay, there was one time I heard a song and I was like, oh, it's pretty good. Who is that? And it was him. And then I was like, fuck, I hated that. But it's like, but honestly, I don't know, man. I just can't get with it. I don't understand this, like, I don't get it. I think he was mentally ill. I watched this like doctor like sort of analyze his brain, and I think he was like, I don't get it. I think they were just all like drug addict, like mentally ill, like people who found each other and they ended up like creating this scene, I guess. But it's just like I just don't see the point in it. It's not art to me at all. I don't get it. I mean. It's just weird.
No, I mean, it's kind of art. You don't think it's art, like performance art? I mean, I'm going to look at it from a lens of...
I don't think that's what he thought he was doing.
Look at it from a lens of, like, not judging if you think it's good or not. But, yeah, if that's what he thinks he's doing, then isn't that what it is?
Well, let's classify art real quick. Are we saying
because
doing a thing that emotes reaction from people from the people that are viewing this thing? Then yeah, I guess so. It's not my type of art, is what I should say.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm not just saying, like, if you say I don't get it, I don't get that, because it would be one thing if he was mentally ill and if he was just like, this isn't about art, man. This is just, I just like to, I don't know. I don't even know how he would.
I think that's what it is, though. I think it was just complete. He was just like, I want to destroy. I want to do, like, he just thought he's like rock and roll is like aggression and all this stuff. But it's like, I don't know. Cause then where do we draw the line to art? Like, is fucking, you know, are snuff films art? Like where, you know, what is art? Like, you know,
I think that is a question you can ask, and I think it's, you know, when you're being verbal, when you're just being like, you know, conceptual about it, I think that's a great question. You know, what do you obviously have a line. I wouldn't go to a GG Allin concert, and if I did, I don't know if I would, because I know there really isn't a safe space.
Yeah,
and I really don't want shit in my mouth. So,
dude, I would
probably
fucking,
go.
If I was there back then, I probably would have fucking stabbed him or something. Like, I wouldn't have, you know, allegedly. If someone came at me like that, like crazy, and I'm just chilling, especially if I'm just like with friends or something, and I'm surprised nobody like pulled a gun on him or something. You know, I'm sure maybe it happened and stuff.
Probably happened, dude. I'm sure.
Now I want to cut out that I would have stabbed him. Who knows? I'm saying self-defense.
He's dead. You can say whatever, man. I would have fucking, dude, honestly, I would have fucking stabbed him so hard in the eyes with a pencil. I would have stabbed him and just like snapped it off in his eye.
There are like videos of people fighting back, and
dead.
They're never good enough. Like, I wish, like, they get a couple hits in and then that's it. Like, I want it to be like, I get so mad at the guy. I want some, but then it's like, this is probably what the thing is, you know, to get me to feel this way, to be that mad. But so then it's like, if what he's doing is art, then I mean, where is the line? Like, you know, is murder art? Like, is, you know, I guess there are some probably murderers who thought, you know, the shit they were doing to bodies was art. But is it? I mean, Ed Gein, like, is that fucking art to him? Maybe it is, but I'll say this. I don't really have a line. I'm not. I think when people start getting,
you answered your own question.
When people start getting hurt, I think that's where I start to draw the line. If somebody wants to shit on somebody on stage, whatever, consensually, and they're whatever, that I can sort of view that and go, okay, this is performance art. This is this thing. This is that. If somebody even wants to, if even like Marilyn Manson, like cutting himself, right, like on stage, like I could, even though I'm not like gonna, whatever, I can see that and be like, okay. But the second you're like fucking, you're breaching that line, I think there has to be, if you're gonna break down that wall, then you have to really, I don't know, it's such a conundrum, dude. You
don't want to say it. I know, I like it. You don't want to say it.
No.
There's a line, because you don't want to say it, like, because you don't want art to be in a box.
I think it's a very thin line, but it's hard to, I think. I don't know, because part of me dismisses it because I think he was just a fucking junkie, like a mentally ill junkie who held it together enough to fucking be on stage for 2 songs, and then that was it. It's like the rest of it's like, I don't know.
The music's so good, though. You got to admit that. The music's so fucking good.
I don't know a lot of it, to be honest.
Right.
I've heard maybe 1 or 2
really
songs.
Good.
That's it, because there's also just like crazy like other shit that came along with like racist stuff, you know, like that. Like, I remember seeing like one of his band members with like a Ku Klux Klan shirt on, and like that whole thing. I don't know. I think, to me, even if it's a negative thing, like even say Marilyn Manson, right, cutting himself or whatever, I think that overall the goal of that band was a positive force, kind of. Like, it was shocking and it was goth and it was like violent and stuff, but I think it was still sort of putting out the thought that you could be who you wanted to be, sort of thing. And if you felt like an outcast, like, this guy was sort of carrying the torch for you. Where I think that the GG Allin thing was, you know, he literally was advocating fucking suicide and like murder and a lot of fucking awful things. And that's where, I don't know, it's blurry, man. And I'm not saying like cutting yourself is a positive thing, but I'm saying Manson was doing it to himself nobody. I don't know because there's probably instances of him fucking punching people and shit like that too. But it's. I think for me, I guess I'm trying to define it for myself. It's like art for me should be creative. I not should be. I'm not gonna say anything should be. I'm gonna say for me, I want to turn pain into positivity, where this dude was just in a cycle of pain, hate, all of that. I think that when you're in just a circle of things, that's not to me, you never have anywhere else to go but in a circle. And I want to go up, or I want to go forward. You know, if I'm gonna fall, I want to fall forward. Like I don't want to fucking. It just.
But maybe it's still art, though. You know, I mean,
That's.
like,
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's interesting, man. I don't know. You know, let's define art then. Let's talk about that. I mean, what would you? Just give me. Just, you know, we're not fucking geniuses or anything, but I want to know what would your definition of art be?
Well, I took a IQ test when I was young, and they did elevate me to like a higher learning. I'm not sure if I can't really remember what genius was, but I do believe that I had a pretty high IQ when I was young. But I don't know if that changes. But so when you say we're not geniuses, all I'm saying is like there's a chance I might be.
Okay, fair enough. But I've hung out with you. Next.
I think art is if you have the intention of making art, then whatever you're doing is art. Believe it or not.
Yeah, so Ed Gein is art then. If he was making lampshades out of people.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think he
dark,
at least
dark. It's a dark thought, but
the dark
it's
arts.
illegal.
Yeah.
The dark arts, man.
Well,
it's
that's
illegal.
another thing. Legality to me doesn't necessarily mean wrong sometimes. You know.
What if you made like a really nice snuff film? Like, what if Tarantino made a snuff film or put a scene? You know what I mean? It could be art, but I mean, I'm not saying that he should or that I want to see that.
I know. That's just where shit gets weird. It's like I'm not.
Of course, that's art.
Yeah, it's weird. You know, I wish we could Google. Can you Google the actual like Merriam-Webster's definition? Because I want to know this, because this would, because I'm just thinking, like, if I go out into the middle of the street, like if a bear shits in the, or what's the fucking, if a tree falls and no one's around to hear it, you know, does it make a sound? It's like if I shit in a fucking vase inside my house and I claim it's art, is that art? I mean, I don't know.
I think if you claim that it's art, then it's art, right? I mean, it's subjective. Art is a noun.
Okay.
The expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form, such as painting or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power.
Okay.
So I think that end part is a very important thing.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Produced works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power.
Yeah.
So
look at the emotional.
A lamp made out of someone's skin would evoke emotional power.
Yeah.
So if you're doing it why else would you put someone's skin on a lamp?
Yeah, for sure.
You don't do it because it's functional as a light shade. Maybe you would. I don't know. Like, oh, this light's so bright. What do I have? I have this
But then
guy's
what
skin.
if he's just doing it because that's what gets him off, and he just wants that in his house? It's not to evoke. I mean, I guess it's evoking emotional power for him. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in what sense is he doing it then? Like, what do you mean? Like, because, like I said, is he doing it to block the light? Is he doing it to like show off the skin? That's art. Is he doing it because he thinks it's funny? That's art. Is he doing it because
it turns
he
him
thinks
on?
That's art.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Well, I was like, fuck. I just had another thought about that. Like, that also begs the question. Like, does intent matter? You know, like, do people create art unintentionally, or is that not art because the intent wasn't there? You know, I'm wondering. Like,
I think the definition said created for the purpose of evoking whatever it's
okay.
said,
So then, are dinosaur fossils art? Because those weren't created for the purpose, you know, but they are beautiful to look. They do evoke emotion. So
I think people would say that nature is like an art that's created by God, or that the universe creates art, because they're putting that on the universe, like the universe is creating a tree. Like, this is going to be beautiful and humans are going to appreciate it. But in reality, it's like, no, nature just is beautiful.
Yeah. Man.
But yeah, I think it's a work of art, because it's like this incredible thing that nature creates.
Yeah. I think that, I guess what I'm getting at is like, okay, I think that, my knee-jerk reaction is to be like, fuck that guy. That stuff's not fucking art. He's just a fucking dumb junkie who did crazy. Like, anybody can. But here's the okay.
Haha, you got it.
Well, no. The other thing is anybody
can throw shit at a crowd.
Yeah, anybody can do that. Anybody could. Okay,
didn't
Yeah, fair. But this is my point. Is like it's easy. I think, especially if you're mentally ill, and it's not. He didn't have a lot of what's that thing? Oh, remorse. He didn't have any remorse, so he's not really fighting any sort of emotional battle to produce this thing that he's doing. He's just doing it, right? And so, with no remorse, I don't really. The action to me doesn't carry as much weight to the guy doing it because he doesn't feel anything when he's doing it. He's just doing. It's like
you don't know that. You don't know that he doesn't feel anything. I mean,
from
he
what I
probably
mean,
feels
yeah,
something.
I'm
Why would
sure.
he do it?
I don't know, because yeah, I mean, it seemed like this doctor that was breaking down his psyche was talking about, like, I guess he had some sort of evaluation thing, and they were saying like, he lacked remorse and stuff like that. So I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying if I throw shit at someone, I feel bad, right? He's throwing shit at them. He feels good about it. I guess, yeah, good is an emotion. Yeah, whatever.
He's clearly insane. I mean, for those that don't know Gigi Allen, just do a Google search. But yeah, he's a fucking maniac. I mean, there's no two ways about it.
Here's the other thing. I don't get the fandom. I don't understand the people that like this shit. They want to wear him on a T-shirt. Like, I don't understand. I don't get that. Unless you're like, how can you?
I don't know.
Support?
He's kind of awesome. I don't know. I like.
Dude,
he
was
I'm
fucking.
Torn.
He's advocating like so many crazy things, dude. Like, you wouldn't wear a shirt with fucking Weinstein on it.
I don't take Gigi Allen seriously.
These people do.
You're right.
I mean, it's like he's on some.
I think the music's really good. It's just like it's not easy to make good music. Like to say it's easy. Like I get the whole.
I'm not even talking about the music, dude. I haven't even gotten there yet.
I see him as a musician, I guess, and like just like a fucking really demented, twisted musician, and yeah, it's hard to like advocate some of the things that he would preach and do. And I mean, he was violent as shit. Like he would punch anyone.
Yeah,
women.
Yeah,
men,
and he would assault.
He would just
anyone
he would assault
also.
People.
Yeah.
Do you think there were people like
you said men, women, animals? How the fuck can you wear that on a T-shirt, dude? I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. He said he fucking sexually assaulted men, women, and animals. I'm gonna go buy a fucking T-shirt of this guy and wear this shit. I don't get it. One time I was gonna buy a Sid Vicious shirt and I fucking was like, nope, can't do this. This dude what am I doing if I'm wearing this person? Like, what the fuck?
What did Sid Vicious do?
I mean, he's a fucking junkie too who killed his fucking girlfriend, It's like...
Well, John Coltrane was a junkie, but,
I don't care about the junkie thing. He killed his girlfriend. How about that? He killed his girlfriend. Yeah. He wore swastikas and shit and, like, didn't... It's like... I get it. There was this weird time in punk where people were doing that to upset people, but it's like... Still, unless he didn't live long enough to fucking be like, damn, that was kind of fucked up, Because I've heard other punk people that I admire who were like, yeah, when I was a teen, like I definitely did that. But then I was like, my mom was like, yo, my mom tells me whatever we're like Jewish and you can't fucking do that. And then they're like, damn, okay, and they realize like what's
pretty low hanging fruit too. You know what I mean? It's like
throwing shit, dude. That's the lowest.
I could trigger the world by like doing blackface right now, but it's like, really, is that
exactly
impressive? Like,
and that's my exact point. Is like I've heard a filmmaker talk about how anybody can shoot a dog on screen and make somebody feel something. Like how that, and that's what Gigi's doing. He's just shooting a dog in front of people. It's like, you know, it's fucking.
But if you shoot a dog while you're singing a really good song, that's what I think of Gigi Allen. You know, I get it. Like, I just think his music is good.
I don't know. So I'm not well versed in the music. I'm gonna listen to it. I can't imagine he's better than the fucking Ramones or like some of these fucking, you know, the bands that I really like.
Dude,
you know?
Joey Ramone fucking kicked a cat. You didn't see that? Like, dude, at CBGB's, they, like, someone threw a cat on stage. He lit it on fire and kicked it.
Dude, shut up. You had me for a second, you bastard. No. Well, I know Didi was going to be in Gigi's band for a while. When I heard that, I was like, oh, this sucks. But then Didi quit like in a week because who the fuck wants to be around fucking our singer's covered in shit today. Great.
Imagine
I love this.
Playing in that band, dude, like 2 songs in and he's jerking off, coming on you, pissing on everywhere. Do you think there's people that were invited to the Gigi Allen concert who had no idea who he was? Because there was no YouTube back then. There was nothing. It was like, hey, we're going to this show. It's called, like, what is it? I don't know. It's called Gigi Allen. I heard it's really good. Okay.
Yeah, then you get assaulted. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
You get hit with the mic stand, like, the fuck? Man. If you were standing up front, your friend was like, come on, let's go stand up front, man. I heard it's like a really cool show.
You know, and I even went like deeper. Like, I know his dad was like they named Gigi Jesus Christ Allen. That was his name. His dad was like a religious fanatic who was obsessed with like death, basically homicide. He wanted to like kill his whole family and himself. The mom wanted a divorce, so he kidnapped Gigi. Somehow she ended up like, whatever, she got the kids and they left, and then she changed his name because he was getting made fun of because his name was Jesus Christ, and his fucking brother couldn't say Jesus Christ, so he just called him Gigi, and that's where the fucking name came from. And at this point, I know way too much about someone I don't like, and it's just weird, man.
Joel, could it be that you love him?
I don't, not at all, dude. I get legitimately depressed when I see this guy. So today I was like in a YouTube sort of a hole, but being very careful because I know that if I go too deep, it's like watching an Al Qaeda video. Like I will be, dude. No, I don't mean like the action. I mean, what it does to me. I'll legitimately, it will change my day. And you know,
isn't it crazy? There's some videos that will do that to you.
Yeah,
you know, like there's some videos I can't watch.
Well,
like
speaks to the power of like image.
Did you see the recent one where the dude, there's a black guy in like a 7-Eleven and he knocks the fucking white dude out? He just fucks this dude up who says the N-word a bunch.
Yeah.
Did you see the video?
No, I didn't see it, but my initial reaction is that I like that.
Yeah, no, it's like but it's also horrible at the same time.
Of course, because fights.
The black guy's probably
gonna
go to jail, and like, he just, dude, it's like a lifetime of repression,
man.
Like, he takes it out on this dude. Like,
damn.
he fucks this dude's life, man.
Dude, I mean, what the fuck
did
you think was gonna happen? Yeah.
I don't know. The white dude was talking like he's grew up in the hood or something. You know what I mean? Like he just was like, dude, this is who I am. And he just kept saying it, you know?
Well, okay. Anyway, the problem with that is when you go out into the fucking street, you're still a white dude. You know, they don't, that's some weird shit that I think sometimes white people don't understand. It's like, it doesn't matter if you're also poor or you grew up in the hood or whoever your buddies are, black people cannot wash this off. They can't, like, you're always going to be a white dude, you know?
And you can't like validate you can't like stamp anyone else's hood pass. Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe he's got a bunch of friends he says talks that way in front of, and they know him since birth, and they feel like it's okay because whatever, they've known him for whatever. I don't know the reasons, but like you can't take that to the next hood and be like, I'm from that hood.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you can, but you can't. Like,
I think most of the time it's like
feel like probably gonna run into somebody that's gonna.
You need to
like,
start all over again, dude. Yeah, you better fucking I don't know. This is like, it's like, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah,
I mean, I'll tell you who does know. That dude in the fucking 7-Eleven. he definitely knows.
Dude, that dude got fucking postmated, dude.
Yeah, dude, he got murked.
Damn, son. The thing that's crazy about that just makes me sad is just like violence in general. Now, the more I look at it, I'm just like, fuck. It's like it's never good for anyone. Like nobody wins in that situation. Like I get it. Like
the guy wins. It's sad. The ignorant dude wins because he gets a life lesson. You know what I mean? He's probably gonna learn.
Or
maybe not, but
it just
most
enforces his fucking. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you're right, but definitely the dude who delivered the beat down, he does not win. Like he loses. Like
especially if the guy dies or something. It's like damn, like
dude, if he dies,
that's another thing. I got a weird like. I feel this weird thing about like all these like who at 33, right? Like I get it. I get if you're into martial arts, if you want to box, if you want to do spar, all that's fine. But like street fighting, like at 33, I'm like, who the fuck is still fighting? Like, dude, it's so dumb. Like,
dude's gonna do 10 years, man. Like, you know what I mean?
For a
like,
fucking and for a quarrel.
For a dude he'll never see again, For a dude.
Oh, he'll see him every night before he goes to bed. It's like not even that. It's just like these like.
No, I'm saying if he didn't hit him, if he just said like, "Yo, you're gonna catch the wrong guy."
Yeah, I don't know,
and
but
just
I get it.
Away.
But also, like, I understand that the years of just like, and in my heart, I feel good when I see I go, fuck yeah, like fuck that dude, man. Like I like fuck that guy. It's like right now, like I want all these like UFC guys to take out this fucking Jake Paul or Logan Paul guy. Like I want them to beat the fuck out of him because he's like on this high horse of like thinking he knows how to fight and like he's good for a YouTube Instagrammer, but he's not a fighter, dude. Like he'll get murked, dude. Like especially if it was like UFC, they will kill him, and But so that bums me out. So sometimes I like those like these people who just think they're untouchable, like getting touched. It feels good. It's a weird primal thing, I guess. People getting their comeuppance, because whatever. It feels like justice in a way, because we all know like the justice system is not justice. It's just the law. And so when you see like street justice and stuff, that feels closer to me like real justice, like because. When people are taking it into their own hands, they have and I'm not advocating for this, but they have like an emotional connection, and so it almost like it's this true thing, There's a movie called, did you ever see Big Bad Wolves?
But come on, like street justice is just as corrupt as real justice.
It can't. Mean? Like, for sure.
Look at prison. It's a great example of.
Yeah,
when street justice goes wrong, what I mean? Like,
I know.
But it is what it is. I mean, it's a fucking.
There have been a few cases where people have gotten caught, and I watched the video, and they didn't die or anything, but they got a fucking lesson taught to them, and I go, all right, it feels good to see. But then the problem with like sometimes, and then this is like it's like me, like if somebody called me a wetback or something and got crazy with me, and
you mean
like,
other than Tony Hinchcliffe?
He's never called me that.
Not to your face.
All right.
Anyway, just
the only time that's ever happened was my news reporter character. He's the weatherman. His name is Wetbacks. So that's the only time.
Oh, okay, so you named him that.
I named him.
That's kind of like don't call me this name that I'm gonna tell you to call. Okay, anyway, I'm just playing.
Anyway,
shout out to Tony Hinchcliffe.
Hell yeah.
No disrespect. He did say that you were like selling oranges on the corner and all that shit, but never called you any like.
Dude, I wish if anybody's hiring for those jobs, hit me up. I'll take it at this point. No.
I'll hire you, dude.
No, I want to be clear.
Charge you.
Yeah, that is never happened in any sort of negative real connotation. Purely, probably just repeating what I said. Anyway. What were we talking about? Street justice?
You were saying no one's ever called you that name, and I said Tony Hinchcliffe, and now we spiraled out of control.
Oh, great, and he just said it again. But so if anyone
did call you that name, that's what you're gonna say.
So if say somebody calls me a wetback, right? Are you fucking dirty Mexican? All you Mexicans are fucking violent and criminals and this and that. And I snap and I hit this guy. Now I have confirmed his belief in that. Now he thinks, oh, I was right. It's like, but then it's like, but I also want to fucking beat the shit. And it's not that I'm that way internally. What these dumbasses don't get is that their words are what make people get angry. Like, they made me angry. I'm not just that way. I'm not walking around a violent criminal all the time. It's like, but then that's also what I think. I go, how do we handle this? Like, what is the best way to go about?
What about the guy who, like, the black guy who, like, he was friends with all the Ku Klux Klan guys, and then they quit the Klan? That guy's kind of on point.
Yeah,
I think we should learn from him.
Yeah, I mean dude. That dude's super fucking interesting, man. And I've watched a few of those. Yeah,
Daryl Davis. Is that his name?
So what I'm leaning towards lately in my older age and stuff is like, and this is the hippiest fucking shit ever, but I think that love is like the real answer, man. Love and positivity, and like the people that don't get on board, fuck them. They're doomed anyway, man. They're doomed. That's not a way to live. Like, they're not living anyway. They're already dead. You know, it's like this fucking. And that's the Gigi thing. It's like it bummed me out because it's just this negative fucking thing. It's like, and not to keep inserting myself into this. This is my show, in case you guys forgot. But but we were in the studio this week and on Monday, and I was making stuff, and I've been thinking a lot about my lyrics and that sort of thing, and like I'm looking for a band name, and I'm thinking about like, man, like I really wanna. Even if I'm singing about sad moments in my life or struggles I've gone through or struggles in the world, my main goal is to be positive. And like my main like thing is like the struggle of life, and like trying to figure out a way to sort of alleviate everyday suffering and live in a little bit of peace and have a peaceful, happy life. And that is my goal. And so my artistic sort of expression is all around that. Like I don't see, mostly because I can't live that way. I don't want to live a negative life, and so that's why maybe this other stuff has been sort of rubbing me the wrong way, because I guess I'm not in that mindset of like, you know, of that. I don't understand that. It's like, I'm not saying I want to change the world, but if somebody hears my song and it makes them feel better on a Tuesday when they're at work, fucking tight, whatever. Or if I feel happy because I did a project that was hard and I got through it and now it's done, it's like, to me, I feel like positivity is really the only way, man. It's the only way. Like, I don't know. I don't even mean that with like, it's okay to like fight injustice and stuff like that. To me, fighting injustice is positive, even though sometimes there is violence or, you know, things like that involved in fighting injustice. I'm not saying like, you know, I've been thinking about, yeah, I'm just, you know, I don't know. This is like a sketchy territory. I'm trying to think of how to say this stuff, but like, even destruction in a positive manner is still positive to me. The overall positive, you know, destroying statues or whatever. The ends
justify the means. Is that what you're trying to say?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes,
gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, you gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet, you know. And Gigi's fucking cracking eggs to just shit on them, and I don't understand that.
Maybe he's making an omelet, man. Who knows?
Yeah, what does he do? Shove the egg up his ass and then crack it inside of his ass and then shit it out onto a plate and season it with cum? Like, what the... That's the dirtiest sentence I've ever said probably in my whole life.
Someone got hard. Someone out there got hard. Admit it. Come on.
I saw this quote, and I'll butcher it again, but somebody brought it up the other day. It was just like, if you can't change your situation, change your perspective. And I think that I felt a lot of power in that, because sometimes we feel like we're stuck in situations that we can't change, and because of money or whatever it is, just we feel trapped. And there is a little bit of comfort in figuring out a way to change your perspective, whether that means downsizing your life or, you know, whatever. Like, I'm, you know, especially in this business, like art or music or comedy, it's like there's not a lot of money floating around at the moment, and then also just it's a long road, so you have to figure out a way to be happy in that long road. And so changing the perspective of being like, oh, maybe I do have to work 3 days a week at this coffee shop or whatever, or work at this warehouse, and then at night I can do this or I can write. It's like there's a lot of power in being able to flip that perspective and changing that if you can't change your life, you know. I don't know. I'm fucking...
Well, what if we saw, like, okay, what if Gigi Allen wasn't, like, shitting on people What if he was like he loved his music so much that he didn't want to take a break, so he just like shit right there during the show, you know? Like change your perspective, you know?
Yeah. Then does he throw it at people?
He loves
still?
music. I don't.
Can we change that? Let's do an exercise.
Okay. What if he's not? What if he's not like throwing shit on people? What if he's just like he's throwing confetti on people, but he doesn't have confetti, and the only thing he has is like he's just looking around for confetti.
I heard he was hungry earlier. He was starving, so he ate all the confetti, and so that was the only way to retrieve it.
He only has shit. By the way, this is going to be a horribly boring podcast for anyone who doesn't know who Gigi Allen is.
It's okay, whatever. And I also
feel know, right?
I also feel shitty that we gave him this much fucking screen time. This fuck. I was like, maybe he's not throwing shit at people. He's brushing the dirt off his shoulders, and maybe that inspired Jay-Z years later. If you feeling
that's
like
probably
a pimp,
what it is.
Gigi,
yeah,
go
maybe
on.
maybe. Yeah, go and brush your shoulders off if your shoulders are on your ass.
If there's your butt shoulders, dude. I don't know.
Brush your butt shoulders off. Yeah, maybe he's not shitting. Maybe it's just like he has so much dirt on his shoulders,
dude,
that it's like smells like shit, you know.
Yeah, but like all that, I can't get down with that. I can't get down with the clan shit. It's like fucking,
yeah, that's fucking weak, you know. But yeah, that's like, what if there was like a white power racist band that made really, really good music? Would you listen to it? But I mean, I wouldn't. But
I don't know. I don't think that's possible. I think
like there's dudes graffiti like from back in the day that I would like, that see these, like I'd like love these dudes, like graffiti writers, and then I'd like meet them or hear stories about them or like, you know, interact with them or learn more about like their personalities and be like, oh, it ruined it. I just couldn't like their graffiti anymore. I just like would see it and be like, I'd instantly see like this fucking dickhead and be like, oh, okay, well, that's hard to like, you know, that's the classic. Don't meet your heroes, you know, because you don't want to be disappointed. You want to enjoy what they offer you without being disappointed.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy. I've been lucky enough to meet a few of my heroes that are really nice, and I'm like, damn, this is awesome.
Yeah,
and
like me, dude. I'm super nice.
Yeah, genius, super producer.
Hero.
Yeah, I remember I met back when I first had started stand up, like I met Dana Gould. He's like he's had a big impact on me as far as like his writing and style, and learned a lot about
Is he the church lady? Sorry to be
No, that's Dana Carvey. No, Dana Gould wrote for The Simpsons and was sort of he started stand up when he was like fucking a child, like 17 or something, and basically he got a lot of work because he didn't do drugs and he had a car, so people would call him they wouldn't have to share their coke with him and he could open for them. And he created a following, and he's a brilliant fucking writer, man. And when I met him, and he told all these stories about meeting, I think he met like some of his heroes. I can't remember who, but he said basically like the way they did it was great, and it like left an impact on him. So when I met him, I knew he was going to be pretty gracious, you know. And like I had printed out these photos on like photo paper, like glossy photo paper. Like I found like photos of him, and he signed them for me. And I forgot to ask him for a photo, and I was like, oh, Dana, he had already moved on to talk to somebody else. And he was like, yeah, for sure. And he put his arm on my shoulder while he talked to them to like let me know he was going to come back to me, you know. And he was the nicest fucking dude. I'll always remember that. And so anyway,
shout out.
That's just like a positive fucking, check out his albums. He's just like I think he what's the fuck?
He's on Twitter, I believe. I think I follow him on Twitter.
Oh, he's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. He's got a bunch of albums. He wrote for The Simpsons, you know. And he's just a cool dude. But anyway, Todd Glass was also really great. I asked him for a photo, and he was
Todd
like,
Glass is cool.
Yeah, and he was like, instead of just taking the photo, he's like, here, man, we went out to the stage in the main room. He's like, here, grab this mic. Let's pretend like we're singing like a duet. And so I have a photo of me and Todd like pretending like we're singing a duet together, and it was awesome. But yeah, so I mean, to me, that. Whereas, like, if you meet Gigi, he punches you in the mouth, you get his shit on your shirt. Just check a box. Which box are you checking?
Check that box, man. Are you shitting? Are you shitting on the audience? No? Cool. I'm coming to your show.
Man, I also yeah. I mean, I remember meeting Lars Fredriksson from Rancid back at a Warp Tour like years ago, like, and telling him like thank you, like that their music changed my life, and he was like so gracious, man. Like even though the line was long, I mean, he like gave me the time. It was probably about 2 minutes or a minute, but looked me in the eye, said thank you so much, and like he meant it, dude. Like, you have a line of people, you're over it after a certain point, but he fucking really meant it, and I'll always remember that, dude. It was fucking those moments were important to me, and so that's. I'm not saying that's what I'm gonna do or have that platform, but if I ever did, I would hope to be more of that person than some fucking. I don't know, man. It's just like I saw a video today of like Gigi signing a toilet seat. Like, I mean, I was thinking like, wow, that person sold that probably later on for more or something. I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know. It's just shit. I think his records are worth money because they're so rare, but.
Are they? Because I think that shit's probably on Spotify at this point.
I mean, a lot. Well, yeah. I mean, for people that there's a lot of people who don't use Spotify that only listen to vinyl and. Yeah. I'm talking about records. If you have a collection of
that's
records,
a lot of old punk records.
You can always listen to shit.
There are 7-inches that are worth hundreds of dollars, man.
Yeah, thousands of dollars.
Yeah, for sure. Or like, yeah, it's crazy. There's a couple that I want. Like, there's this song by this guy. Danzig did a cover of it years later on his cover album, but this guy named Paul Wibier, who sang a song called I think it's called "Killing for Satan." And it was in this movie called Satan's Sadists, which was like a biker movie from the 70s. And the only version of it's on YouTube, but I found a vinyl like single of it, and I was like, "Fuck, maybe I'll buy that." I don't think it's that much. I think it's maybe it's probably embarrassing how little it is. Probably $30.
I mean, yeah. I mean, also these days on Discog, you can just like put your shit in a fucking search, and if it's out there, it's for sale, and if it's not, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's a good thing, and it's also like a bad thing. It's like it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Of digging for records. You can still dig for records, but you're probably not going to be able to find those records because everyone knows that just like you can just every record you put it in Discogs, it's just got the number on the label, and it'll just pop up and be like, this is worth $1,000, and anyone with a record store pretty much gonna be smart enough to do that shit. So
I don't have a great record player. I have like this shitty old it's really old. Hold on, let me see what the brand is.
Like people care. Everyone's listening to the podcast like, oh my God, Joel, wait. No. Before you go any further, what brand is it?
Because I think it's like from the 70s or 80s. It's a Masterwork something. It's like a briefcase that opens up that has a speaker inside or whatever.
Right.
And the needles,
I've seen those, yeah.
The needle's probably fucked up. It's probably fucking up all my records, But so I kind of want to get a new one because I do want certain things on vinyl, but I'm also like, who cares? Like, do I really listen to it on vinyl all the time? Like, I have Spotify and I have like pretty good studio monitors, so I don't know, but I've thought about getting a thing because what somebody described vinyl to me, the difference between like vinyl and a CD is like the vinyl is closer to like getting an original drawing where the CD is like a copy of that drawing, so just you lose stuff within the copying of it, but I don't know. I have like a couple.
Yeah, there's also something about the ritual of like pulling an album out, opening it up. It's more like you put more work into listening to music, Yeah, it's
and
too easy to just click Spotify. It's just like, I mean, it's great. You can still appreciate music, but
and my attention span is so short that I jump from song to song. So I really have a couple records that I like from beginning to end that I think are awesome. So I think that's where record players really lend them, and that's why we have all these great albums, because back in the day, that's what it was. You wanted to throw the needle on and just fucking just go. I don't know. So that's
speaking of which, you didn't really talk about the studio. You were in the studio, you recording your punk EP. What are you working on?
Yeah, and I'm thinking of a name. I'm trying. What I think is gonna happen is I'm gonna get the record back when I get it and listen to it, and that's where the name's gonna come from. Because I think naming it before I hear the finished product is kind of weird.
We could do like a name. We could do like a band name contest or something like that.
Yeah, we'd have to figure out some sort of contract where they give me the rights to that, whatever they thought about, because I'm not trying to get sued.
I could see a lawsuit. That'd be a fun little mockumentary. I'm always looking for mockumentary ideas. How about like the guy who's suing the guy who's suing Nickelback because he came up with the name in a naming
funny.
the band contest 10 years ago.
It's possible, man.
It's a pretty funny. That's a pretty good mockumentary, actually.
Yeah. But back to me in the studio.
Yeah, back to you. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't know how to transition funny, and then I sounded
back
like
to you
a
at
dick.
the studio. Yeah.
It was fun, man. We did it. So my friend Miguel, I think he's on Instagram at Miguel Conflict. He plays bass, I think, or drums in Total Chaos, which is like a, legendary punk band. But I've known him since I was 17 years old, and he basically has a studio in his house, and he's kind of like at this point like providing a service for the scene. I mean, his prices are really affordable. He's allowing these young bands to come in, and he engineers and stuff like that. He's just giving back, I think, to the scene, and he's been in it. He came up in the East LA, like South Central backyard gig scene, and so it was fun. I mean, we went, it was really safe. Like, and some of the guys in the band were asking, we're all wearing masks, and so I hit him up. I'm like, hey, is it cool if like, we all wear masks during the thing? He's like, oh yeah. He's like, I'm wearing a mask. He's like, I disinfect the studio before and after every band. It's got big barn doors, so they're open as much as possible. We're all pretty much separated, like 6 or more feet, because he's in the mixing room. Chris is like in a hallway. I'm over here in the other room on drums, and it was fun, man. It was hard because I wrote all these songs, and I knew it was going to be an undertaking, sort of being at the helm, being in charge of all this stuff. And I'm not great in the studio drumming wise. Like, I just learned how to play to a click. I would say this was one of the better situations where I'm starting to get it, because I'm practicing to one more often now. But so the drums, we got in about 2. We worked from like 2 to midnight. So it was like a 10-hour day. And a lot of it was tracking drums, and then came the guitars, which was it's my first time recording guitars, and I realized like how bad I am at guitar. Like, when you're recording and everybody's listening, you're isolated.
Yeah.
So totally. it was a learning
when you're
experience.
Isolated, man, it's vicious. Yeah, that isolation, that studio isolation is vicious.
Which is fine, because I mean the punk thing, that's what I wanted. I don't, I'm not playing the lead, so it's like, I'm hoping in the mix it'll sound good. I might redo them the next time I go back, but I realize like the guitars I have to be intonated, so I have to take them to a shop to get them set up, because they were going out of tune every time I would just hit the strings. And so I ended up using Chris's Jaguar, just set to a different tone setting. But so it was fun. It's just a learning experience, man. Like, I'm terrible at guitar, but I wrote these songs on a guitar. It's basically, they were my songs, so I think overall the songs will be good songs. But when you're controlling the studio environment and getting everybody to play and stuff, you feel like you're losing your grip on the project every 5 minutes. And for a few days, I was like, fuck, man. And then now I'm like, you know what? No, like, I remember hearing playback and like feeling it. So I'm like, all right, like, this is what it is. I'm trying to not overthink. And every time Miguel was like, all right, let's listen to this, I wanted to be like, no, I don't want to listen. Let's just move on. Because if you look for something, you'll find something. And but I'm pretty happy with it so far. So we're going to go back next week to do vocals, lead guitars, and possibly my rhythm guitar if I can. But the problem is I did my rhythm guitar and then we did bass. So the bass is basically following my rhythm guitar. So I think if I redo stuff, it might change it up a little bit. But whatever. So it's just a process, and I'm happy about it. Also, I'm my own worst critic. Like, people might hear it and be like, damn, this is dope. But I'm fucking in my head about it. So that's where we're at with that. No band name. But hopefully we'll go in next week, and maybe we'll definitely have it in the new year. And if it completely sucks, we throw it away. I had fun with my friends, and no one will ever hear it.
What about how about the band name JJ Allen?
Dude, fuck you, dude. No, I'm just kidding. No, ew. I almost fucking threw up just hearing you say that. I hate it. I hate it.
All right. Well, that was okay. Well, that's not gonna happen then. All right. You hate it.
Another thing, he was too confident. get the confidence. Here's the other thing I'm trying to bring back. I'm trying to bring back insecurity in art. I'm trying to, not like, and I don't mean not being confident in what you're making, but I feel like everybody just loves the shit they're doing now, and a lot of it's
humility.
bad.
Humility. You're talking
humility,
about humility.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Humility.
There is this, like, there's an overconfidence kind of.
It's like, Instagram culture, man.
Yeah, it must be social media. It must be that social media. There's like an overconfidence. There's a popularity in overconfidence.
Yeah,
because comedians used to be like Mitch Hedberg, like super shy. Even like Chris Farley, or like they're like insecure. Unable to unable to speak in public. Like
on stage they would
nervous. Blossom. Yeah, and even then they were nervous and always expecting failure and surprised when they were successful and all that.
I think we need more of that, because like the thing with like Instagram, and there is power in making something seem bigger than it is.
Obviously.
Yeah, you can do flat flyers and all. Yeah, there's make it. Yeah, I mean we're doing it right now. Anyway, but I think that Instagram has created this thing where now you can seem bigger than you are, and also your art sucks. Like, you can rent a Lamborghini and whatever, like drop fake hundreds all over the ground, and also your music is garbage, but then you have so many followers because like people think you're like this fucking guy, and really you're not. Where I'm coming from, I don't want to be seen as this guy. I want to just check out the band. If you like it, great. I enjoyed making it. That's it. And I think, bringing back
just keep
humility.
pumping it out then, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it comes down to. Just keep pumping out like things. Just keep making things. And
I did 5 songs. I'm thinking I might do another
making good
another
things,
3 at some point, or just keep releasing them, because I think bands now are more often than not doing that. They're doing like dropping a single or like 2 songs, or there's not a lot of things coming out now. So.
Making a music video, or like, dude, I mean, albums are just, I don't even know why any band makes albums at all. Like, I wouldn't really waste my time. I guess
the love,
to fill up,
if they can.
Yeah, for the love, and also to fill up because they can, and also to fill up a concert. That's true. You do want to have enough songs to like play a concert, but the reality is like, I don't know. I guess I was thinking about it the other day. I think if I was a musician, I would release an album for digital download for money, just like a movie. Like, how a movie comes out in a movie theater, then you can stream it for free, or you can stream it from the service. I'd be like, hey, I'm putting my album out for money for 1 month, and then it's free. You know? So
that's cool.
Support,
that's great.
Support me.
Can we do that on this show? Actually, when my album comes out, maybe we'll put it out. Maybe the Patreon people will get a free download.
That's a great idea.
I don't know. Maybe Patreon people get a free download.
The reality is like you're always going to give it to people for free at some point, but it's like, you're just saying like it's not that big of a deal for you to like pay for something once in a while. Like you pay for shoes, you never get free shoes, right?
Yeah.
You pay for food, you pay for coffee. I mean, you get free shoes from shoe companies, but they're not,
Actually,
cool.
I got free shoes from you. Anyway.
Yeah, because I'm cool. Like I'm saying, like, but the general principle is, you pay for coffee, you pay for certain things, and you don't pay for other things. Why? I mean, the music industry. That's why I just don't have Spotify, because I think Spotify is literally the fucking devil, man. I just think that they just came along, and they're not like big music heads. They're just tech dudes who are like, dude, if we could offer a service that gives people music for free, streaming, they're gonna eat it up. Like if I could do Napster, but also have the bands on board, and then it's like, so how is that any different? It's Napster. Anyway, I'm on a rant, but
no, I get it. I
just think Spotify sucks. The whole service sucks, and it's not necessarily their fault, because
I know
it's just the way the
because I can
content
listen
was
to
going,
whatever I want now, whenever I want. It's weird, but I get it. So
and those people do find a way to make money. The artists always find a way to make money. I'm not like, and I think it's great that they get their music out, and then they still make money. But I just think I hate Spotify, and the thought of Spotify making money just fucking bums me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever. That's just me.
I would love to. I think I'm trying to figure out what to do when this record comes out. I want to do, it's 5 songs, but like if I can offer it, people can buy it at first, and then I'll probably just put it on YouTube and everything for free after. But it would be nice to at least break even, I think. And if I don't, whatever, I don't give a shit. That's not why I'm doing it.
Try it as a concept. Try it as a concept. Sell it for $5. You know what I mean? Sell it
this
for
is
$5.
This is funny. I So, and I'm not like, well, this isn't a brag. I just want to, because I want to put the legend out there of what I did, because I think it's pretty funny. Because I think just so so Chris and Ryan, the guys who played on the album, like I didn't have a lot of money to pay them, right? But I was like, okay, I could give them $20 each, right? $20. But what I did was I went to the bank and I got $40 in ones and bank envelopes, and I put 21s in each bank envelope, and I said, hey, this is just $20, but I'm giving it to you in ones, so it feels like more money than it is. Anyway, I just thought that was
typical businessman right there. I like it. That's a good
but it
move.
feels
you know?
there's something
what else
about
you could
it.
have done? You could have just said, you didn't have to say this is just $20. You should have been like, yeah, I went to the bank and I just, you know, I always have to pay people that work for me. You know, it's just like, I'm a good person. I always want to pay people that work for me.
Now I want to edit out that I said that anyway.
And then you could put I'm just dude. I'm totally teasing. It's a great thing to pay people. $20 goes a long way. You'd be shocked, man. Like if they got $20 and they worked, 2 or 3 sessions a day, they could survive off that shit, and they would do that. So anyway,
I mean, I just thought there's something tactily nice about the envelope with the bills inside. I would love it because it reminded me of like
hilarious. It's
when I started doing stand up, people would give me $10 and it just felt like $1 million. It might as well be. It was like it's not even the money. It's just the thought that like somebody cares that you're coming in to do work. That was it. And I do care that great. you guys came out and did work. Go give them a follow on Instagram. I think at Chroma Chris, at Ryan. What's Ryan's? Let's see what Ryan's fucking. This is gonna be my last shout out, and then we're gonna get the fuck out of here because I gotta make a run real quick, and then I go. Let's see. Let me open this up. Hopefully this doesn't delete my recording. No, it's still going.
Also, if you're interested in supporting the podcast, join the Patreon. Mostly Sorry podcast at Patreon. I don't know, Patreon. I don't know. You could find it. It's easy. The link will be in the description, but. That's nice. We're gonna hopefully start doing some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Once, we're gonna open it up a little bit one of these days and start doing some fun stuff, man. Like make a short film and what else we're gonna do?
Okay, here it is. Another Ryan Clark is our bass player on this record, and then at Chroma Chris is the other person, and at Miguel Conflict. So go follow them. They're good dudes. They're out here. I mean, Miguel's really providing a service to the music scene. I think it's it's really fucking awesome.
And if you guys need any musicians for your punk band, those guys will work for $20 a session. That's pretty cheap.
Honestly, they only did that for me because they love me. Their rate is way higher than that. So offer them more than that.
$250 a session for
they're worth
else.
More than that. I just fucking, that's all I have. I had to buy new drum heads. I had to pay for the studio. Anyway, and Christmas. But that's it, guys. I thought today was a pretty fun episode. I thought it's so weird that Christmas Eve we got off on this. I'm bummed. I'm bummed that I said his name that many times. I can't even say it anymore. I'm almost like I might have a panic attack and be like, we can't release this because I talked about it.
Oh no, come on, man. It was good.
But yeah, that's it. We love you guys. Hope the holidays are going well. Whatever it is you do for the holidays, whoever the hell you are, whatever your religious orientation, if you're Jewish, Muslim, Christian, Catholic, all of that, we whoever, human beings around the world, I hope that you're having a happy, healthy week and time of year, and here's to the holidays. We love you guys. Thanks to everybody. Shout out to Hot Bob Hot Sauce, and yeah, that's it. We'll talk to you soon. David, hell yeah. I just throw poop at the camera.
Gunshots on a gun, underwater bait. Guilt trip, drugs are inside of me. This is